Wallabies World Cup dream could hinge on a single injury? That the fate of Australian rugby might just have been rewritten in the space of one devastating blow? Tonight, we uncover the shocking twist that has forced the Wallabies into making a massive change, one that no fan saw coming. Rugby union in Australia has always been a story of resilience. From the golden days of the early 2000s when the Wallabies captured hearts worldwide, to the recent struggles of rebuilding, every chapter has been about adapting to the unexpected. But now, after yet another cruel injury blow, Eddie Jones and his squad are being forced to roll the dice, and the decision they're about to make could shape not just this campaign, but the very future of Australian rugby. This is more than just a selection update. It's a storyline filled with drama, shock, and the kind of suspense that keeps you glued until the final whistle. Because when a team is already under pressure, one injury can crack the surface, or ignite a revolution. So what exactly happened? It began with a routine training session. A player who had been central to the Wallabies' game plan, let's call him the backbone of their structure, suffered an injury that no one expected. The kind of setback that silences the field, has teammates looking around in disbelief, and forces the coaching staff to rewrite their strategy overnight. The details are as heartbreaking as they are dramatic. The injury isn't just a minor knock, it's the type that rules him out of crucial matches. Fans across Australia woke up to the headline, "Wallabies rocked by latest injury blow." And that's when the panic set in. Who steps up? Who fills the void? Can the Wallabies recover in time? Or is this the unraveling of a campaign before it even hits its stride? The whispers inside camp suggest a big change is coming. Not a like-for-like replacement, but a tactical shift that could alter the very identity of the team. Eddie Jones, known for bold, sometimes controversial calls, has been here before. And if history tells us anything, it's that he thrives on moments like this. But the risk? It could either look like genius or madness. Let's not forget, the Wallabies' depth has been questioned for years. Injuries test that depth. This one, in particular, has forced selectors to look at names that were once considered too young, too raw, or not ready yet. But when crisis hits, opportunity knocks. And for one player, this could be the chance to write his name into Wallabies folklore. The decision isn't just about plugging a gap. It's about reshaping the entire game plan. Do the Wallabies double down on brute force and physicality? Or do they embrace a fast-paced, unpredictable style that leans on youth and energy? Here's the kicker. The player being lined up to replace the injured star is not someone most fans expected. He's been on the fringes, waiting, grinding, and now suddenly thrust into the spotlight. Some will cheer, some will panic, but one thing's for sure, this move will shock the rugby world. Imagine being that player. One day you're a shadow figure, the next day, you're the man Australia is pinning its hopes on. The weight of a nation on your shoulders. The opportunity of a lifetime. And the pressure that could break or make you. But before we reveal who could step up, let's rewind and examine why this injury hurts so much. The Wallabies' game plan has always revolved around structure. That missing piece wasn't just a name on the team sheet. He was a leader, a communicator, a bridge between forwards and backs. Without him, the Wallabies risk losing cohesion. Rival teams will sense weakness and pounce. And that's why the coaching staff are scrambling for answers. Still, sometimes chaos breeds creativity. Eddie Jones knows that the Wallabies, underdogs in many eyes, thrive when they're underestimated. This injury, as painful as it is, may force the team to embrace unpredictability, something that could catch opponents completely off guard. And here's where the drama escalates. Whispers suggest the replacement could come from outside the initial squad. Yes, you heard that right. A late call-up, a player plucked from the fringes of Super Rugby, someone not even training with the main group last week. This isn't just a change, it's a gamble of epic proportions. Fans are divided. Some are begging for experience, to call back a veteran who's been there before. Others want fresh blood, to take a risk on the next generation. But one thing unites everyone. The Wallabies cannot afford to get this wrong. And that's the cliffhanger. Who steps in? Who fills the gap? And will this big change be remembered as the moment the Wallabies campaign reignited? Or collapsed? Before we reveal more, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and join the conversation in the comments below. This story is far from over, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Because as we dive deeper into the drama, we'll uncover the name of the player who could be the Wallaby surprise weapon, and why his inclusion could shock the rugby world. Stay tuned, because after the break, we'll break down the candidates, the strategy behind the change, and the ripple effects this decision will have not just for the Wallabies, but for the entire Rugby World Cup. Welcome back to Aussie NRL Updates, your home for the biggest stories, the hottest debates, and the most shocking twists in Australian rugby. And tonight's story is exactly that, a twist nobody saw coming. When news broke of the Wallabies' latest injury blow, fans feared the worst. But what they didn't expect was the radical change that's now on the horizon. This isn't just about replacing one player. It's about reshaping the way the Wallabies play the game. So, who are the candidates to step up? First, there's the obvious choice, a seasoned campaigner, someone who has been in and out of the Wallaby squad over the years. He knows the system, he has the experience, but critics argue his best days are behind him. Selecting him would provide stability, but would it inspire fear in opponents? That's the gamble. Then there's the rising star, a young gun, fresh out of Super Rugby, known for his explosive pace and fearless attitude. He's raw, yes, but sometimes raw talent is exactly what you need when the chips are down. The fans would love it. The media would eat it up. But is it too much, too soon? And then, the wild card. A player nobody has talked about in months. Injuries and form issues have kept him away from the spotlight, but Eddie Jones has always had a knack for pulling rabbits out of hats. Could this be the shock return that nobody expected? Each option comes with risk. Each option could either lift the Wallabies to glory or leave them exposed. But what makes this decision so fascinating is that it will define the team's identity. Go safe, or go bold. Play the percentages, or swing for the fences. Eddie Jones, love him or hate him, doesn't play it safe. History shows he thrives in chaos. And with this injury blow, chaos has arrived. Don't be surprised if the Wallabies make a call that leaves jaws dropping across the rugby world. But beyond the names, let's talk tactics. Whoever steps in will force the Wallabies to adapt. We could see a shift towards faster ball movement, riskier offloads, or even a completely different backline structure. This isn't just about survival, it's about evolution. And here's the twist most fans aren't considering. Sometimes, a crisis like this galvanizes a squad. When a key player goes down, others step up. It creates unity, fire, and belief. And for the Wallabies, belief might just be the missing ingredient. Remember 1999? Few gave the Wallabies a chance, yet they shocked the world by lifting the Rugby World Cup. That triumph was built on resilience, on players stepping into roles they weren't expected to fill. Could history be repeating itself? One thing is certain, this injury blow, as devastating as it seems, has opened the door to something greater.